Hello and welcome to Cardiff News Plus. I'm Shi.
And I'm Le Jiafeng. Fishermen in Cardiff are bearing the brunt of a serious reduction in fish stock. Our reporter Atif Khan brings us more.
This is the Penrith region, one of the marine protected areas in Wales. It is the home to a number of marine species like mackerel, prawns and crabs. People usually come to this place, Pyre Penrith, for fishing, but in the last decade this place has witnessed a considerable reduction in the amount of fish found in these waters.
40 years ago you could come down here and you could go home with 5-6 cod in the winter, about anything from 6 to 10, 11.5 in weight. Like I caught one year 11.5, but to catch anything now that size is very rare.
In the heart of Cardiff City is the Ashton Fish Market. It's been here over 200 years. We went there to find out how the fish business is being affected by the reduction in fish stock.
Well, all our fish is sustainable. That means obviously that we don't sell any fish which might be construed as an endangered species. Like for example, we used to sell blue marlin here, but that is on the endangered list. So something, and shark is another thing which we don't sell anymore.
We then head towards the Atlantic Wharf. At the first glance, this water may look clean, but it has a great amount of toxic algae present in it, which can cause illness in humans and animals, including pets. Some people come here to fish for leisure, using advanced equipment with sensors that tell when a fish is caught.
So when your line is on there, and the fish pulls, the better quality the water is, the better it is for the fish. And if the fish are healthy, then they grow, and if they grow big, then we like to catch them. So it's all about keeping water quality good.
The signboard lays out the potential problems which can arise if someone comes in contact with this polluted water. Now, it's high time to take steps to protect the water bodies around Wales. According to the report of WWF, 40% of the water bodies in England and Wales are polluted due to the sewage water. If fish cannot survive in the ocean, then the species who are dependent on fish as their only food will also not be able to survive. Hence, it can cause a disruption to the ecosystem. Atif Khan reports for Cardiff News Plus.
Tiny pieces of plastic has been found in the British freshwater system, according to a recent report from environmental organisation Friends of the Earth. Our reporter Le Jiafeng went to the River Taff in South Wales and found some more.
This is the River Taff that flows through the South Wales region. It is regularly maintained to remove the plastic litters. However, a recently discovered invisible microplastics in the river's ecosystem became a new concern. I've collected a bottle of water sample. Let's go to the lab to see what the microplastics looks like.
This is a sample that we've got from the Taff River.
If you look through the microscope, you can see these tiny plastic materials. FREDRIC WINDSOR, a researcher on microplastics, says they are pieces of plastic debris under 5 millimeters, which are hard to be detected even by them, let alone being collected by the river cleaning team.
Some sort of mesh of fibers, so we're going to have a quick look at
The source of microplastics varies. If you use your pen scrubbers, wash fleeces, use facial cleanser, or even just drive your cars, the tiny materials are sunk into our water system without being noticed. Despite affecting our water organisms, its further impacts still need to be confirmed.
We know a little bit about the effects of plastics. For microplastics, what we know is predominantly based on experimental studies, but actually our understanding of the kinds of severity of effect relative to other stresses like climate change or other chemical pollutants in river systems is relatively poorly understood.
How to prevent these materials from getting into the water system is the primary issue. Professor Steve ORMEROD is an ecologist who is worried about how can we get rid of them.
All our tyres give rise to many kilograms of plastic that are being distributed in urban atmospheres every year, and until we can find a substitute kind of polypropylene material to replacing tyres, then it's very difficult to solve that problem. There are solutions to some of this, some of it we don't yet, I don't think we can even imagine what the solutions might be.
What can people do to help solve this problem? Becky Harford is an environmental activist from Friends of the Earth.
They could, in their buildings, stop using single-use coffee cups, for instance, as a lead by example. You know, if they want us to stop creating so much rubbish, maybe they could, show that actually you can have it in your canteens, you can, bring your own cup and that's fine, and just small little behaviour changes.
The study of the harmful effect of the microplastics is still at an early stage. More research and experiments have to be done. Le Jiafeng reports for Cardiff News Plus. It is said by the Cardiff Council that a new policy on taxi licensing will be carried out for improving the environment. Our reporter Shi Ying went to find out more.
Cardiff News Plus has previously reported that Cardiff Council will spend £3.2 million to replace the most polluting buses with electric vehicles, as well as a retrofitting scheme for other buses to be upgraded to a Euro 6 engine, which is the most new registrations in September 2015. Recently, a new policy on taxi licensing has been planned to improve the environment. It stipulates that for the first application on the vehicle should be under 5 years old and meet or exceed the highest Euro 6 standard. However, the policy is unpopular with taxi drivers. Mahtab Khan is the leader of the Cardiff Taxi Driver Association. He told us more about it.
Unfortunately, it's a very bad policy. We can't afford it. The business is very bad. I've already raised the objection to it because we can't really afford it. And I have written to the Welsh Assembly, if they want to have a vehicle which is cleaner, which have got less toxic gas, then they have to give us a grant. They have to give us some money.
Cardiff Council are striving to help improve the air quality in the city. We turned to one of the councillors, asked him about the policy and what they can do to help the taxi drivers.
So that's just something that we're currently consulting on, but we know that a lot of the air pollution in Cardiff is also caused by the amount of old taxis that we have around the place. So we're proposing a new licensing policy where taxi drivers have to have better quality engines and more cleaner engines, but potentially we would put together a grant system to support taxi drivers so they can make the change to cleaner, more modern vehicles.
As it is still a plan from the Cardiff Council, we will see what they will do in the future to protect the environment as well as the rights and interests of the taxi driver. Shi Ying from Cardiff News Plus. Litter was left all around Cardiff Centre yesterday after the Varsity Sports Festival between Cardiff and Swansea University. Cleaning team has been working all day since this morning to deal with the mess. Pan Pan reports.
It's Thursday morning, right after the night of Varsity. We are now standing inside the Bill Park. As you can see, there are lots of rubbish on the lawn. So let's take a look what we got here. So here is a plastic bag full of cans, some plastic bottle, and of course, some paper product. The litter in Bill Park is only a small part of what the students left behind. During the Welsh Varsity, rubbish like cans and plastic bottles was left outside the Principality Stadium and on the lawn of Cardiff Castle and Bill Park. Cans and other trash were dropped on the street, even where a band was only a few steps away. John RHIAN worked in the cleaning team on Varsity night. He says students should know more about recycling.
Education for students for recycling should be a priority, really. Because as you can see, the amount of litter, bottles, all that can be recycled. I would say 95% of rubbish can be recycled, obviously.
Some people said there should be more bans on the streets to push students to clean up their own litter.
I absolutely hate littering. I hate littering. Outside of stadium, I feel like everyone just wants to get rid of their whatever they're drinking, and they don't want to get in. They can't get it past security, so they just drop it.
What they should do here now is, you see, they only got one bin there. They need to provide more bins here, otherwise there's going to be too much rubbish.
Well, I think it's obviously knowing yourself, like what you can do, so making sure with all your rubbish that is collected, put in a bag, not just leaving it in the park or by the road.
The litter left on the street after a big event is a long-term problem in Cardiff.
I would say the amount of rubbish we're doing is got worse over the years. For events, it has got worse, but I would say it can be a lot more, put across in the media and all that, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, that they should do a lot more for recycling and how to deal with their waste.
Cardiff holds major events like Welsh Varsity every year. Will the situation get better in the future? Pan Pan from Cardiff News Plus.
Cricket season has started and people in Cardiff are joining together for Cardiff Community Cricket Cup 2019. This year, the organisers are not only talking about the trophy, but also about healthy life and fitness through sports. Malika Malhotra reports.
South Wales Police launched a Cricket Cohesion Cup 3 years ago, so this is the third anniversary of the Cardiff Community Cricket Cup. The aim is to bring police and different communities together through sport. The registering teams are from a variety of community groups, with people of different descent from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Somalia. To make the tournament fair, after registration, there was a live draw which also decided the colour of the kits for each team. Chief Superintendent Steve Jones says this is an opportunity for a fun workout for the police, along with breaking cultural barriers.
Yeah, I think if we can get a workout as a result, encouraging more people to participate in sport, it's excellent, and we should be role models as part of the community. But fundamentally, this competition is about bringing us all closer together, having a good time, breaking down barriers and building relations.
He also believes people should be encouraged to take advantage of Cardiff's green spaces.
Space is absolutely vital for our communities. They build community spirit, they build healthy, vibrant communities where people can talk, socialise and engage and get along with one another. So cricket and sport plays an absolutely vital role in that and should be encouraged.
Mark Frost is a former player and community and development manager for Glamorgan Cricket and Cricket Wales. He also believes that cricket is a great way to create a more cohesive community here in Cardiff.
What we know sport does is connects people, it brings people together in a community, and that's great for mental health, so people can perhaps unburden each other with problems. People can form new networks and friendships, as well as the physical activity, which is very important, getting people running around, being fit in the summer as well as the winter. So yes, very much so.
Some of the participants have never played cricket before, and they will be introduced to the sport this year. Callum Taylor, cricketer for Glamorgan, says it is a demanding game and the players will have to take care of their fitness.
Last couple of years, cricket's definitely got more active, more of an active ingredient to it, more health and fitness to it. Over the previous years, you've seen people, a little bit, I'd say, not as fit and stuff like that. But cricket now is a very demanding game to be fit and more healthy. And I think people get into it more and grow up the ranks in high levels. They'll see that it's a very fit sport, and you've got to be very fit to play it. So.
Ali Abdi from Cricket Wales has been a part of the tournament since it started.
I think there's a number of messages to give out. Number one, that cricket is accessible. It's for you. It's for every community. Cardiff is made up of a big BME community, particularly from the South Asian communities you saw today. So a lot of them might seem or have a perception that actually this place, it doesn't belong to them. It belongs to them, but they're accessible and it's open to them.
Councillor CARO Wild says this tournament is an excellent use of the green spaces around Cardiff.
Yeah, I mean, this is great, and it's making use of all our amazing green space we've got in Cardiff as a city. We're so lucky to have all this green space, amazing parks, and when you see this tournament and you see a lot of the clubs that play regularly in Cardiff, you go along, there's 3 or 4 generations there. They're having a picnic, they're playing cricket. Hopefully they're getting a bit of sun as well. So it's really important that projects like this, we're making use of our green spaces for all communities. You know, dog walkers, people playing football, people who just want to go and relax, people want to go for a run, people playing cricket. It's a really good way of getting people out and about.
Cardiff is all set to host one of its biggest local sporting events, Cardiff Community Cricket Cup. As of now, 10 teams from different communities are participating in the tournament. The last match will be held on 10th of September here in Sophia Gardens. This tournament is a great initiative to bring people from different communities together through cricket. This is Malika Malhotra for Cardiff News Plus.
To paint with mouse may not sound like an easy thing to do. Rosie Moriarty is an artist campaigning for persons with disability rights. As a writer and a businesswoman, she is working on a project offering trainings for disabled people. Walid Kandil went to meet her.
This is what the beginning of one of Rosie's paintings looks like. With these special techniques, she is able to use her brush and colors.
The kind of painting that I do would be watercolour painting or acrylic painting. I have also done silk painting and tried dabbling around with pastels, but I ended up wearing more of the pastels on my face because it was in such close proximity. So I've sort of tried to avoid the pastels, but not yet used oil paints, which I'm hoping to move on to in the future.
Rosie was born without arms and legs after her mother was prescribed thalidomide in pregnancy. In 2007, she published her autobiography, 4 Fingers and 13 Toes. In her book, she talked about the impact of drug on young people, reflecting on her life.
I felt that it was important to get all of these facts, the whole of the history of the drug, and to get everything accurately on record, and important for future generations as well, because there's an awful lot of people, younger people, who don't really realise what the whole impact of the drug was, and to intersperse it with my life story, hopefully that would make it interesting as well.
In Alexandra Gardens, you can see the name of Rosie on a memorial for people who have been affected by the thalidomide tragedy.
We tried to get it in London, but thalidomide is still quite a hot potato on the political front, and well, all the doors for 4 years were sort of closed to us really. And then we realised that Stephen and I in Cardiff had better access to the powers that be, shall we call it, in Cardiff. So we thought, well, let's try and get it in Cardiff.
After getting her degree from Cardiff University, Rosie established a disability issues consultancy in 1985, helping people with disabilities.
I started to diversify the business. So I now give inspirational talks. I work like yourself in the media, both radio and television.
Apart from painting, Rosie is able to do lots of things like anyone else. Now, she's sending us an email.
I wish you both well with your masters, and I hope that you keep in touch. Full stop, new paragraph, cheers.
Despite the challenges she has, Rosie has proved that everything is possible in life if you have the will to do it. Walid Kandil, Cardiff News Plus.
Cardiff is home to various ethnic groups. With the growth of the Latin American society in the city, their influence has made a great impact to people, from their food, culture, and even dancing. Our reporter Sarah Scuff went to find out more.
Salsa is known to be a popular form of social dance that originated from Cuban folk dances. Many people are growing fond of this dance because it gives a chance to meet and integrate with a different culture. But the truth is, most salsa instructors and students might not be Spanish or Latin American. Mariano, an Italian national, and RHIAN, an Australian, are both non-Latin American people who found love of dancing and decided to start teaching it to others.
I've seen a lot of shy guys, shy ladies, and after 1 year they just bloom.
Confidence, and
confidence.
Social, it's big social aspects. So we're like a big sort of family, support each other, help each other, hang out without dancing. So it's great,
Salsa dancing is not limited to any age group. Teenagers, adults, and elderly people contribute to this activity. This allows them to meet new people and interact with others through dancing. Timothy O'Brien has grown fond of this type of dancing because it challenges him in a fun way.
I'm 78, so I got to keep going, and so far I got no problems whatsoever with movement. So I think that's because I'm dancing. Also, I meet friends. It's not all easy to make friends with younger people.
Dancing is also known to be an exercise that people tend to turn to. Many people say that salsa has great health benefits such as improvement of mood, posture, stress relief, and weight loss. This can be done in a fun and therapeutic way.
Obviously fitness, you can dance 5-6 hours and you're having fun the whole time, so you don't even notice. It's cardio, it's flexibility, it's the big social aspect that we mentioned before. It's just fantastic. Yeah.
With a lot of interaction from different cultures, dancing is a form of expression and love. By bringing people together to dance salsa, it has shown the growth of contribution and friendship within the Cardiff residents. This is Sarah Scav reporting for Cardiff News Plus.
That's all for now. You can follow us on Twitter. We are at Cardiff News Plus.
From all of us at Cardiff News Plus, goodbye.